Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the official Baddies Midwest After Show only on Damien After Dark. I'm your host, Damieongentry, and for the next 45 minutes, we will be recapping the latest episode of Baddies Midwest. Yes, that's right. So if you love Zeus Network, trashy reality TV, Baddies, Jocelyn's Cabaret, and more, you've come to the right place. Now, before we begin, click the subscribe button right down below this video. You can click my name down there and that will take you to where you can subscribe. Also, press that thumbs up button and like this video. That helps me get into the algorithm. If you don't do anything else, you can leave the video right now. Just make sure you click that thumbs up button and like on the way out, okay? Next, join the conversation by getting in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this week's episode, episode 7. I believe we're on episode 7. And last but not least, if you would like to donate to the Damien After Dark movement and help us grow and sustain this show, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate, all right? Thank you guys so much for the love, the support, the comments, the likes, the shares, the views, all that. I appreciate you, okay? I hope you all had a good weekend. How was everybody's weekend? I hope you all had a really good weekend. I didn't. But that's okay. It's a new week. I'm trying to go in with a new mindset. I've just not had that great of a weekend. I feel like I've been pulled at every direction. I feel like somebody always needs me for something. Don't feel appreciated sometimes. But you know what? That's why I love doing this YouTube channel, because it gives me an outlet to just come with y'all for a little bit, you know, be with my other friends, chill with y'all, talk shit with y'all. So I encourage you to get in the comments and let your voice be heard, okay? So let's get into the episode. All right, now I got an iced coffee over here. I got water over here. That bitch is parched tonight, okay? Before we begin, I want to talk about Emma, because one thing I noticed, Emma was so quick to call Scotty boring, and baby girl, you weren't seen in this episode at all. How ironic. And then last week, you were in the back of the bus hiding, eating your Chick-fil-A. So, who's the boring one? Scotty's been getting more airtime than you, it seems, sis. Womp womp. What a travesty, huh? See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. And now she on the internet claiming, oh, she was edited out. Her good moments have been edited out. No, baby, nothing was edited out, because there are no good moments. If you had something that was worthy for us to see, I'm sure they would have shown it. You're boring. And you came in and you knew you were boring, because you've probably been told that before, and you projected it onto Scotty. Now, this week's episode begins with Pretty P versus Bad Dolly and Summer. My girl Summer, right? We know that Summer and Bad Dolly have they're like allies in the house. They're kind of friends in a way. And they don't like Pretty P. They've got issues with Pretty P. They were fighting with Pretty P last week, and you know, they were all bickering back and forth. And now that they've got back to the house in Detroit, Pretty P runs in on Dolly and Summer, and they start scrapping, right? Now, who y'all got in that fight? Bad Dolly versus Pretty P. Who y'all got? Because let me tell you something. Dolly was eating. Dolly ate Pretty P up. At least it seemed that way. Again, you know, from the back, it just looked like Pretty P was pummeling that ass into the wall. I don't know if the licks were hitting. I don't know if they were connecting. I don't know. But it looked like she was beating Pretty P into the motherfucking wall. Okay? And Summer is so funny. Summer was in the corner while Bad Dolly was beating Pretty P's ass. And Summer said, yeah, and my bitch on that. And she on that too. I love me some Summer. Now, Bad Dolly, in the midst of fighting Pretty P. She does something to her hand and fucks her hand up, she says. She says that it was already fucked up from the auditions. If y'all remember back during the Baddies Midwest auditions when Bad Dolly auditioned, she got into a fight or something. There was something happened with her where she fucked her hand up. So because they after the auditions, it wasn't long. They went straight into filming after that, like a couple weeks after. So her wound or the damage in her hand was evidently still there. Now, Summer, I love me some Summer, and she's entertaining. But baby love, if you're gonna talk the talk, you got to be able to walk the walk, because Summer's got the talk down, right? That mouth can run, but when it comes to you fighting, baby, we gotta get you up to par with the girls, or they're gonna eat you alive every time, right? Now, Rolly has been giving her hairstyles this season seem very Nicki Minaj inspired. Have any of y'all noticed? Like last week, I think she had on the when Big Lex was fighting Jayla and Ivory, Rolly had on that blonde bangs wig, which was given very Pink Friday-ish. And then I think it was Pink Friday when Nicki wore that wig. And then this episode, we see her in the Pink Friday 2 look with the three little pigtails up here and the pink hair, So I'm like, okay. And I know Rolly is a Nicki fan too. So I'm like, oh, these hairstyles are definitely Nicki inspired. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes they're not the best looking. Like the blonde, I feel like could have been better. The pink was okay, but yeah. Okay. After Pretty P fights Bad Dolly and Summer, we see some of the girls coming in. Coming in the house. The OGs, some of the new girls, they're coming in. They're like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And Summer calls out Jazz, pretty much. And Jazz comes in, and Summer says she wants her next. She's like, "I want you next," right? So we see Summer versus Jazz happen. Now, I want to hear what y'all think about this one as well, because I was shocked because what it looked like that Summer was actually holding it down when it come to her and Jazz. Do I think she beat Jazz ass? Absolutely not. However, it looked like she was getting Jazz. It looked like she was getting the best of her. And at one point, Summer's little ass slammed Jazz to the floor. Did y'all peep that? At one point, Summer, you could see her too. She was trying to get her on the ground, and then she slammed her to the ground. And see, here's the thing. Look how small Summer is. And Jazz is not a big girl, but she's bigger than Summer. So, I swear, y'all, if it ain't one thing, it's another. During the summer, I was telling y'all about the motherfucking fruit flies or gnats or whatever it was that would fly around. Got rid of them, right? Now, bitch, it's ladybugs. Got motherfucking every winter, ladybugs want to come in. And speaking of winter, what is the weather like where y'all are at? Because you see, bitch, I got on short sleeves and a fur and a toboggan. One minute it's freezing here, the next minute it's damn near 70 degrees. It's been like in the 60s here all day today, and it's actually been hot. I've got a fucking fan up here with me and a heater in the floor, because you just never know. The weather in the South can be so bipolar, like so bipolar. I feel like up north, it's always going to be cold in the winter. Down south, like far in Florida and Miami, it's always going to be hot in the winter. But in the South, it's like you get a mix of both. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm up here burning up. Maybe it's these lights that get me hot, because I've got like 3 big lights that shine down on me, and it gets hot sometimes. So yeah, what do y'all think? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on not only what Bad Dolly did to Pretty P. I want to know, do y'all think Pretty P or Bad Dolly won that fight? But also, what do you think about Summer versus Jazz? Who do y'all think won that fight? The newbies are coming in hot this season, okay? Compared to the newbies last season, we had 3 or 4 newbies last season that were like, eh. This season, they are all pulling their weight, other than Yoshi, and we're going to get into Yoshi in a little bit. Now, Natalie Just so over Natalie. I wish Natalie would just hang it up and let the new girls pass the torch, babe. You've got the money. You've got the success. You've been doing this 15, almost 20 years now. Like, I'm not saying you have to get out of entertainment. Just get off of Baddies because I'm tired of the same old shit. Natalie's doing the same bullshit that she always does. She gathers the girls. We have an appearance tonight at the skating rink, and we can't be doing this. We can't be doing all this fighting. We have to get to the skate. Can we please get a different script for Natalie? Because Natalie acts like she's over the drama and she's tired of this and like, but she orchestrates it and she's producing and she calls house meetings and she knows what she's doing and she knows how the show goes. So can we please give her another script? That's why I think we should just take her out of the equation. Put her behind the camera. Let her produce this show since she's done it for so fucking long. And let these new girls like Summer and Bad Dolly and Jazz and Pretty P, let them have the moment. Okay? Do y'all agree with me on that? Do y'all know what I'm saying? Now, did y'all peep how Rolly stated? Rolly said the next house they go to, she's going to stay in the newbies' house. She's going to stay with the newbies so she can peep everybody, see how everybody's moving, and also kind of, I guess, be like a big sister, a house mom, since she's been there for 5 years, and she can kind of, or 5 seasons, she can kind of show some of them the ropes, help them out and whatnot, be a mentor in some ways. And I'm like, okay, now see, Biggie, take notes. When you know you a baddie, you don't have to be defined by what house you're in. Because we all know that bothers Biggie if she's not with the OGs. Now, the girls get on the tour bus and they head to this skating rink. They have an appearance at a skating rink, which is something different because there's a lot of young fans that watch Zeus, unfortunately. I mean, that's not good for the youth to be consuming such garbage. But, whatever, right? I consumed garbage too as a teenager. So going to this skating rink allows the baddies to connect with their younger fans who couldn't normally get into a 21 plus club, right? Now they're chilling and they're talking. They're having a good time in the tour bus on the way to the skating rink. And Akbar asks Pretty P about what she does for a living. And Summer says something smart to Pretty P. I don't remember what Summer said, but she was being shady. And Pretty P says, "Shut the fuck up, bitch. I got a group home back home, and I make 50 G's a month." And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, see, here's the thing. I want to know more about these ladies. That's one of the things that I think Zeus does a bad job with. They don't do a good job with introducing these ladies and letting us get to know them. We see a surface level, which is just fighting. Like, I want to know, like, let these girls explain what they do for a living, how they are back home. Are they married? Do they have children? Everybody ain't a stripper. Everybody ain't popping pussy. They can't be, right? No shade to those that do. But Pretty P says she owns a group home and she makes $50K a year. I think she also said she owns a shop, like a hair shop, or it might have got shut down. I can't remember. They were talking about some kind of shop that got shut down. But my thing is, Pretty P, if you're making, and I'm not saying that she's not making 50 G's a month at a group home, because I know somebody that runs a group home in a nearby town here, and they make a good amount of money. But my thing is, if you were doing that, my love, why would you want to succumb yourself to baddies? I'm just asking the questions that us viewers want to know. Because it's like, I want to believe her, but part of me feels like she's flexing. Like 50 G. If I was making 50 G's a month, you could not bother me with a show like Baddies, unless there are a lot of people who have access to plenty of money, but they want the fame. Because you can be rich as hell, but that doesn't buy you fame. You can't really buy fame. You can't buy people liking you. You can't buy people knowing you. Or a huge amount of people knowing you, right? So maybe Pretty P is here strictly for the fame, but it's like, baby girl, 50 G's, I don't know. Like, are we going to start calling you Liar P? Huh? Do y'all believe Pretty P? Do y'all think Pretty P make 50 G's a month at the group home? Now the girls pull up to the Northland Roller Rink in Detroit. Shout out to Detroit and the Northland Roller Rink. And there is a line out the wazoo outside. And that is one of the things I always like to see when they go to these places. It's really cool to see them, like, you know, this idea that was the Zeus Network that started from nothing. And these people, and they build it up to what it is now. And, like, people are coming out, like, almost like they're at, you know, at a motherfucking arena lining up to see their favorite artist at a concert, right? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, and you can hate all you want, but you got to give credit where credit's due. You know, we trash Zeus a lot over here, rightfully so, for a lot of the fuck shit that they do. But I gotta give them the credit. They have come a long fucking way. Now, the girls go inside. They do their thing. Natalie sings her song. You know, blase, blase, blah. No, she didn't sing her song. I'm sorry. They skated with the kids. They did whatever they do at the roller rink, right? Now it's over and it's time to leave Detroit and head to Cleveland because they have a club appearance in Cleveland. And the girls go back to the house to pack up and leave. And on the way home, Natalie FaceTimes the group and she says that one of the girls are going to be packing their bags to go home when they get back to the house, right? Now, they get back to the house. Everybody packs their bags to go to the next city, and they gather outside to meet Natalie on the steps. And Natalie says, you know, before we send the person home that's going home, does anybody have anything that they want to get off their chest? Nobody really says anything. And Natalie says, well, you know, Biggie, you've had a lot to say about Akbar, right? And this is why I be saying Natalie needs to stop with her little, I'm trying to have peace, I'm trying to move on script, because this, you know what you're doing. You're stirring the pot. You want, anytime we have a house meeting, anytime we meet outside on the steps of a house, somebody has to scrap, right? So Natalie calls Biggie out and says, you've had a lot to say about Akbar. Now, what's the tea? And Akbar says, she looks at Biggie and she's like, why do you let people bully you? That's my issue with you, Biggie. You know, Biggie talks all this shit. She talks all this motherfucking smack. And then, when somebody compress her, she ain't got shit to say. She don't defend herself. So it makes her look like a pussy. Right? Now, Biggie denies it. I don't do that. I don't. But you do. You do, Biggie. You do. So you can deny it all day long, but you do. You can deny, but it's nothing but a lie. All right, my love? Like, who do you think you're fooling? Now, Biggie says something like, if you want to fight me, Biggie says, like, if you want to fight me right now. And Akbar says, I'm not about to fight you. You're a kid, and I'm a grown woman, baby. You got kiddish ways. And I'm like, okay, I was shocked because usually, you know, it's an all-out brawl. They're going to fight right then. But I'm like, am I actually liking Akbar? I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because usually when I say I like one of these ladies, I end up not liking them by the end of the season because they do some fuck shit. But I appreciated, Akbar could have took that moment to fight Biggie when she said, fight me right now. But she said, you know, and Akbar's probably, what, 40 years old? Let's see how old Akbar is. $35. I'm sorry, Akbar. 35. She ain't much older than me. 4 years older than me. She looked like she was at least 38, 40. No shade, but she seems like she's matured a lot from doing her Love and Hip Hop stuff. Like, yeah, Akbar seems like she's mature, but she'll clock you if she has to, right? Now, and also, here's another thing about Akbar that I like. Akbar is the perfect example of you not having to fight to be entertaining, okay? Akbar, we are 5 episodes in, and she has not been in one fight, but she's contributed to conversations. She brings up things. She keeps the storylines moving. She doesn't sit in the back corner like Jade and Alexis has been doing most of the season and not saying much. She's speaking up when she doesn't agree with something. And that's what I appreciate. She knows how to like bring up topics, and I feel like that's because she's a seasoned reality star. Akbar has been doing this for a minute. She's been on Love and Hip Hop. She's been on a few reality shows, so she knows how this works without it coming off like desperado, like she's desperate, right? Now, I'm weak as fuck because I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me with this part, because Akbar says, she tells Biggie, I was told someone swung on you at the reunion and you didn't do anything. Now, I don't know why that triggered Biggie the way it triggered Biggie, but when Akbar said that, in that moment, Biggie said some sort of chant. Did y'all notice this? And maybe I just couldn't understand what she was saying, but it sounded like some sort of chant or some sort of like she was a samurai or something, bitch. Because all of a sudden, in her deep voice, when Akbar says, I was told someone swung on you at the reunion and you didn't do nothing. Biggie says, Himi, shata! And she grabs her purse and she swings it at Akbar. Bitch, rewind it. If y'all think I'm crazy, rewind it. Because I kept rewinding, like, what is she saying? And I even put it in my notes because I didn't know what she was saying. But it sounded like, Himi, shata! But it was more deep in her baritone voice. You know what I'm saying? I think it probably shocked everyone because Biggie doesn't fight like that. So I'm like, why did what Akbar said trigger you so bad, my love? She said that, and what Akbar said was true. Somebody swung on you at the reunion and you didn't do nothing. And you're mad at her because she stated the fact of what it was? Himi, shut up! I'm like, is Biggie is this Dragon Ball Z, bitch? Is she about to transform? So she swings her purse at Akbar, right? She's slinging her purse. And now, all of a sudden, Biggie, you want to fight. Now, you want to be Big Mama Don, and you want to fight somebody when they call you out for being a pussy ass bitch. Okay, Biggie. Biggie didn't want to fight Akbar because Biggie's not about that life, okay? That's why Biggie didn't want to fight Akbar, all right? The real reason Biggie did fight Akbar is because she's on a show called Baddies, and she doesn't want to look like a saddie. Biggie doesn't want to look like a punk, and she's tired of impressing her and making her like a punk. So that's why she really swung. She ain't no fighting person. She didn't want to do that. She did that for the pressure of the cameras and these girls telling her she's punk. She's pussy. She didn't want to fight her. She only did it because she felt like she had to. Well, I'm just like, I don't understand why Biggie's here. I really don't. I'm not trying to be mean, y'all. I'm just sick of it. It's the same thing every year after year with her. And it would be different if she was likable, but she's not likable at all. Biggie's not. If she's like, she has this big ego and thinks she's this hot shit. And then she provokes people and picks with people. And then when they fucking try to jump her ass, or not jump her, but, approach her on like, what's up? She want to cower down. I can't respect it. Now, while Akbar and Biggie are arguing, Summer runs up on Jazz out of nowhere, okay, and grabs her by the head. All we see is Summer like in the air. Security's got Summer. She's got Jazz by the fucking wig. All I see is a blonde wig and Summer pulling that bitch off, okay. And all I know is Summer says something about stop talking shit about my baby daddy. Now, according to Jazz later in the episode, she says that Summer came in telling all her business about her baby daddy, which Jazz says she turned around and used that information as leverage. And Jazz says, stop running your mouth and telling us all your business, and I wouldn't use it against you. Now, Automat goes to try to calm Summer down. She's like, what's going on? Why are you trying to fight? Why are you trying to fight Jazz right now? And Summer says, well, Biggie and Akbar took too long. They took too long to do nothing. So Summer said she wanted to spice shit up. She wanted to get it popped. She didn't really say that. I'm saying that. But Summer said, she was tired of them doing nothing. So she ran up on Jazz so she could get her lick back with Jazz. Now, Natalie, in the midst of all this with Summer and Jazz, after that happens, Natalie starts screaming at Biggie. And Natalie says, if you don't stand on business, you're not getting in that fucking bus. And I'm laughing. Two things. It's funny because I don't like Biggie and I like when they yell at her like that. But on the flip side, this is Natalie, you only do that to Biggie because you know Biggie is weak. Let's face it. Natalie would never talk to Tasiki like that. Natalie would never talk to Rolly like that. Natalie would never talk to Ivory like that. Am I right or am I right? But she talks to Biggie like that because Biggie allows it. And, I don't know if I want to say she allows it. I think it's more so the perception is that Biggie is punk and pussy. So they're going to treat you punk and pussy until you ball your motherfucking fist up and knock a hoe out. Okay? Now, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're in school and your parents tell you if you come home and tell them if you go to school and somebody hits you, you better knock their ass right back out. You know how y'all's parents tell you that? Most parents do. They tell their kids, look, you go to school, you better not bring your ass back home talking about little Johnny hit me. You better knock little Johnny back upside the motherfucking head, right? And I told y'all Natalie don't like Biggie. I've been told y'all that. I've been told y'all Natalie ain't like Biggie. She didn't like Biggie from day one. She did not want Biggie on her show. But because it's not technically her show, Lamel Plummer overrides any decision. And he overrode Natalie not wanting Biggie there. Because they looked at the numbers and they said, well, there's a liking for Biggie. Unfortunately, regardless of my opinion, regardless of yours, there's a group of the Zeus fans that like Biggie, and that's why they bring her back. And Natalie don't want her there. Because see, if it was up to Natalie, it would go strictly off who she likes and who she wants there, and not statistically what the fans want. Now, Biggie tells Natalie that she don't give a fuck about getting on that bus, but she does. She does. The pressure's getting to Biggie, okay? And on top of that, Biggie's going through a lot, right? We're going to give her that. She just lost her boyfriend, I think, and her father or something like that. So I know it probably is a lot on her filming this right now. But even if that hadn't happened, even if Biggie hadn't lost anybody in her life, she would still be on TV tucking her pussy between her legs and hiding and trying to play the victim, okay? Now, I actually agree with Anna Mac. I know that's never said, right? Even though I feel like she's the wrong messenger for this, Anna said that Biggie would have only had to swing that purse at me one time and it would have been on, right? And I agree with that. Like, we noticed when Biggie swung that purse at Akbar didn't fight her back. I don't know about you, but if that had been me and a bitch would have swung something at me, it's on like Donkey Kong. And that's what Anna said in her confessional, and I agree with her on that. But I'm like, wrong messenger, Anna, because you have been swung on plenty of times, and either somebody fights your battles for you, or you hide behind somebody, or you help jump somebody, or you throw a shoe at a bitch. Like, Anna, don't get me started on Anna. Don't get me started on Anna. She's another Biggie. She's not as hard as she tries to make herself out to be. And I get so sick of the narrative that people have. I see in comments all the time. Anna has lined up every fade she's ever had. What are y'all talking about? Anna has fought. Are you kidding me? Are we watching the same show? Are we not going to forget how when Rolly tried to fight her, she hid? Are we not going to forget when Nunu and Big Kiva tried to fight her? She had people fight her battles for her and tag themselves in her fight. Like, please, y'all, bye. She fought Scotty. Okay, who? What big deal? Now, Akbar says she's not going to fight Biggie. She's going She's got to leave. She's going to get the hell on because she's got to go meet her pastor. And I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? Like, what? No, baby. Akbar, you should have. I was with you at first when Akbar said, Biggie, I'm not going to fight you. You know, I'm a grown woman and you're a kid. But when Biggie swung that purse, that changed it all, my love. That changed it all. You should have gotten the motherfucking field and tore that head off. Now, while Natalie and Biggie are going back and forth, and you mainly can hear Biggie in her baritone voice, just going off and off and off, Jaden is like me, and Jaden is sick of hearing it. So Jaden turns to Biggie, and she says, Biggie, can you please stop? Can we please move on? She says, I'm starting to get mad now because it's my birthday. And we're doing all this bullshit here. And Biggie says, you didn't even tell anybody it was your birthday, bro. You didn't even tell anybody it was your birthday. And she says, it's your birthday, but you don't even look like it. You don't even look like it. And I'm like, oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Biggie, you have... Let me hit the vape. My love, you have a lot of nerve to talk about anyone's appearance, let alone Jaden Alexis's appearance, while you sitting up here on this television screen looking like Princess Fiona in a tracksuit, bitch. So who do you think you are to sit up here and say you don't look like it's your birthday? It pretty much saying you look like shit on your birthday. And Miss Jaden read your ass in the confessional when she called you Miss Dirtneck. Now, Jaden, you should have clocked her ass in person. Because in my opinion, Jaden didn't eat her up well enough, right? I think Jaden got pissed and her first reaction was to chunk the flowers in Biggie's face. But I would have started at the top and I would have read her like a motherfucking book, bitch, from top to bottom. Do you hear me? She would have left that day crying. She would have laid her head down on a pillow crying, thinking about the things I said to her. She would be laying there thinking, is my neck really dirty? How dare you? You thought you ate that, my love, and you sitting there looking the way you look. Appalled. I'm appalled. I'm really appalled. But we're going to start calling you what Jaden Alexis called you. From here on out, Biggie, you are known as Dirtneck. Okay? It's either Dirtneck or Princess Fiona. Which one you want? Pick a lane, sis. Pick whichever one you want. And then to make matters worse, when Biggie says you don't even look like it's your birthday, she follows it up with she says, every day I look fire as fuck. Moment of silence. Okay. Every day she looks fire as fuck, she says. Yeah. I'm just like, give me that confidence that Biggie has got. I want it. Now, speaking of Jaden Alexis, she looked fried in her confessionals. Anybody else notice? I was like, maybe it's the big eyelashes, because you know those big, look like wings. The girls be wearing them wings on their eyes nowadays. I don't know if it was the eyelashes that were like closing her up, but she was in her confessional like talking like this right here, like you couldn't even see what pupil, what eyeball. It was just like, I'm like, Jaden Alexis, baby, she was fried. All right. Now Jaden is getting fed up with Biggie. Jaden is pissed at Biggie right now. I think what happened was Biggie was saying things that Jaden didn't like, but Jaden, she's not quick enough for her comebacks. That's what it is. See, Jaden waited till she got to her confessional and she used her dirt neck comment. But you needed to have that ready at the moment, my love. That's what I need you to work on, Jaden. I need you to work on your reads and that spontaneity. You gotta be quick with it. The same way Biggie talking about, look what you got on. Why you don't even look like it's your birthday. I look. You should have been ready like a motherfucking machine gun with that mouth. Okay, either that or with them fists. Now we see Jaden has some flowers that somebody gave her for her birthday, and she chunks the flowers in Biggie's face, and then Biggie swings on her, and they kind of start scrapping. And my thing is, Akbar and Jaden, y'all are crazy because Biggie is one of the worst fighters in Baddies history, and y'all literally let this girl get away with what she got away with, and nobody popped her upside the head. Jaden, you should have been able to have handled Biggie. Maybe you're not a great fighter either. Based off what we saw, I don't think you're that great of a fighter. Now Jaden tells Biggie, why didn't you fight Akbar? She says, you slung a purse at her, but you didn't fight her. Yet when I throw something at you, you fight me, and I'm smaller than you. And I do think Biggie didn't fight Akbar because Akbar was like taller in stature and a big girl too. Like Akbar is not big, like big obviously, but she's like, she's a bigger boned girl. So I think Biggie was intimidated by her. And Akbar is not like the greatest fighter in the world, but she didn't want to fight her. But she wanted to fight Jaden Alexis. I don't even know if it was because Jaden Alexis was smaller than her. It could be. That could be part of it. But I think the other part was that was just a natural reaction for Biggie. You sling that flowers at her face. I think it was just like the first thing was just swing. Because that would be me. Something pop in my face, I'm swinging. And that's what Akbar should have done. When that purse got slung at you, Akbar, your first motherfucking reaction should have been whop. You should have balled that motherfucking fist back and went to motherfucking town. Now, while everybody's outside, Natalie says she has to give someone a baddie chain. And as soon as she says that, oh my God, DTB, oh my God, what are you talking about? I want my chain. How you fisting? Because Natalie says that she's going to be giving one of the newbies a chain. And DTB is pissed because she's like, how are you going to give a newbie a chain? I deserve my chain. I'm just like, oh my God, we're still talking about these fucking chains 2 seasons in. Them chains ain't turned y'all's neck green yet. God damn. Now, to be honest, I think Diamond the Body deserved last year's chain over Tinkerbella. Diamond the Body deserved that chain over Tinkerbella. I really think she did. I don't think Tinkerbella did as much as Diamond did. Diamond is more known. She's got more followers. She was the fan favorite. Tinkerbella did not deserve that chain. That's just my opinion. Now, Diamond the Body does all this rant and raving, right? She's pissed that a newbie is getting the chain. She's pissed as fuck about it. And Natalie says that the chain is going to be going to Ivory. Now, I was shocked because I'm like, Ivory? I was expecting Summer to get the baddie chain. I'm like, Ivory? What the fuck did Ivory do? But I've got my theory as to why she got it. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, Ivory comes and gets her chain and she says, do any bitch intercept? Does anybody got a problem with me getting my chain? And I'm just thinking, DTB, where you at? Was anybody else thinking that? I'm like, Diamond, where you at? Hello? Step up. You were so quick. Diamond is so quick to run up on bitches. You ran up on Bianca last year and clocked her right here. You ran up on Pretty P this season. You've ran up on other girls to fight for other bitches. This is the perfect moment for you to run up on Ivory and take that chain. And you were so mad about it. You were so pissed that a newbie was going to get the chain. What happened, DTB? And then instead, DTB puts the chain around Ivory's neck. That gagged me. I'm like, you talked all this Cash Money shit about a newbie don't deserve the chain. I deserve the motherfucking chain. And then you went and put it on Ivory's neck? You lost cool points for me, DTB. You hoes are scary. Okay, very scary. You hoes are very scary, very much giving pussy. Get in line with Biggie in the line for the pussies. That's very much what it's giving me. And to be honest, DTB, now you don't deserve that chain because you talked all that shit only to put it on Ivory's neck. And I'm gonna tell y'all why Ivory got the chain. I feel like they are almost like grooming Ivory to be their next big thing. I'm not using that term in like the other grooming. I'm talking about, I think that they're kind of like preparing her to be one of their next big stars because they listen. Ivory came from Now That's TV. Zeus know what's going on in Now That's TV. They've been watching Ivory. They see people sending them clips. They've seen how Ivory is the fan favorite over there on Now That's TV, and they see how Ivory will fight any and everybody. Ivory don't care. She has no limits. She'll do whatever she need to do, and I think Zeus likes that. And I think that they are slowly milking her and gassing her up to be this next like Krishan-like figure. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when you think of Zeus, you think of Natalie Nunn, Jocelyn Hernandez, Krishan. They want to add Ivory up there on that Mount Rushmore. They want her to feel like a star so she can be that, and so she don't go anywhere. So Now That's TV don't come along with a better offer and she go with them. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, don't 90% of the shit I be saying come true? Don't I clock most shit? Most of the shit I be saying happens, okay? I'm not new to this reality TV shit. I'm true to this reality TV shit. I've been behind the curtain. I know how it works. Y'all, stay with me now, okay? Stay with me. Have I ever steered you wrong? Just like I told y'all last week. Did I not say last week when we saw the preview for this week and we knew that somebody was going to go home? Did I not say, I'm pretty sure Yoshi will be the one going home? Which that was pretty easy to predict if you've been watching, because Natalie ends up telling Yoshi that it's her time to go. And I feel like from Zeus's standpoint, they've invested money in this girl. They've handed this girl $10,000, $15,000, and she's not really done shit. Actually, she hasn't. Yoshi got one confessional this whole season, and that was her exit confessional. There were two confessionals. Her confessional coming in, introducing her, and then her confessional going out. Other than that, we have not seen Yoshi one time. Which I thought last week and the week before, I kept thinking, every time the camera would like pass by her in the background, I'm like, oh, she's going to end up going home. Yeah, she's going to go. You can't come on one of these shows and do nothing. You can't. You just can't. You've got to contribute something, whether that's your opinion, whether that's you fighting. You got to do something. Now, Yoshi seemed like she was on the same page as Natalie. She didn't seem upset to go. Natalie even told her this experience seems like it's a lot for you. And Yoshi was like, yeah, it is. But my thing is like, girl, how did you not know what you were getting yourself into? I'm sure you watched Baddies prior to auditioning. So why would you come on this show and do the whole look around, everybody on mute, do the motherfucking mute challenge? Because that's what Yoshi did this whole season, is the motherfucking Beyonce mute challenge. And my thing is, you wasted a spot for a girl that could have really wanted to be there, for somebody that we really wanted to see. This is why casting is so important. This is why when Zeus does their stupid auditions that they do, this is why I really stress them hiring a casting team. Stop letting Diamond or Asian Doll and Cash Doll and them choose the baddies. No, hire a casting team who do this for a living to find you these real, organic, good, entertaining personalities. Because they dropped the ball with Yoshi. They really did. Like, Yoshi's not for TV. She's not for TV. And did y'all peep how fake Natalie was this episode? Like, she was being so fucking fake, because when she sent Yoshi home, she said, me and you talked about it, and you told me you had a lot going on. You were one of my personal picks. I really wanted you to be here. All this fake love. She's hugging her. But then turn around in her confessional, and she's a totally different person. Natalie says, Yoshi, it's your time to go. It's your time to go. You're boring. You're not a baddie. And I'm like, whoa. See, now, Natalie, this is why nobody fucks with you in or outside of the industry. Because you're fraudulent. You are so fake, Natalie. Like, you will literally say one thing to these girls' faces and then get behind. Like, that's why I think literally someone could come along and tell Natalie, give us your baby, give us Journey, and we'll give you $1 billion. And Natalie would do it. I truly believe she would without a motherfucking... I believe it. I believe that somebody come along and say, we want Natalie, or we want Jacob and Journey, and you're never going to see them again, and we'll give you $1 billion, and we'll make you the most famous girl you've ever wanted. That's why the fucking Illuminati exists. Things like that, if you believe in that. That's why these kind of things exist, because there's people like Natalie Nunn who will write their name on the line and sell it all. I'm just saying. I feel like that really showed the true Natalie. That shows the Natalie that Sarah and Judy and all these girls have been trying to tell y'all all along. Now, the girls get on the bus and they're headed out to the next city. Damn, we're already 45 minutes in, and I've still got a whole page of notes to go through. Okay, let's run through this. So the girls are on the bus, and Jayla tells Biggie that she thinks that Biggie should have followed up on her fight with Akbar when she swung that purse, right? Now, the girls also say that Akbar should have responded as well when Biggie threw the purse. I agree with both sides. I think Biggie should have followed up with her purse throw with a punch, and I think Akbar should have responded to the purse throw with the punch as well. Now, Jayla says, but now that I think about it too, the same shit that Akbar is punking Biggie for, talking about you don't stick up for yourself. What about when Biggie chunked the purse at you, Akbar? You didn't respond to that. So now it's kind of looking a little bit hypocritical. Y'all talking about Biggie, but y'all are doing the same things that she's doing. Now, Jayla says that she thinks that Biggie just doesn't stand up for herself because she wants to keep the peace and she's too nice. I don't think that's what it is. I just think Biggie is not a fighter. She's never been a fighter, but I think she wants the public to perceive her as this baddie that can fight. But she's not I think she's always wanted to be a part of this world, but she doesn't have it in her. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just wish that they would accept that. And I wish Biggie, most importantly, would accept that. Like, go, Biggie, leave Baddies and go try to audition for the Real Housewives. There you don't have to fight, and you can run that baritone voice, that tuba voice all day long, okay? Big Lex made a great point in tonight's episode. She says that all these OGs are all bark and no bite. Are there any lies? Aside from maybe Rolly and Tasiki. No lies were told, right? Now, on the bus, I'm getting claustrophobic watching these girls on the bus because they're all on sharing this one tour bus. Everybody's in these small bunks. If you've ever seen a tour bus bunk before, they're really small. There was even two girls in certain bunks scrunched up together. I'm getting claustrophobic, bitch. I'm like, oh my God. Y'all are all scrunched up in this bus like sardines in a can. Now, while they're scrunched up in the bus, Summer and Pretty P are arguing back and forth in the middle of the bus. And at first, it seemed like playful banter, like they were arguing, trying to be funny. But Tinka was putting her hand in the middle, trying to de-escalate it. And just when I thought it was playful banter, things, a fight breaks out. They start fighting. and her and Summer are going back and forth. They get separated. They take Pretty P to the back of the bus. Pretty P's in the back of the bus crying, talking about these hoes can't whoop me. Y'all ugly. Y'all broke. Yeah, I'll fight anybody in this bitch. Oh my God, I'll fight anybody. She said, I'll fight anybody in this bitch. I just look like this. I just look like this. But I'm telling you, I'm about that life. I just look like this. Now listen. I like Pretty P, okay? And I like her passion. She's got passion. But beauty is subjective, okay? What you might find beautiful, I might not find beautiful. What I might find beautiful, you might not find beautiful. But to me, don't y'all get in these comments talking about, but Pretty P is pretty. To me, I don't see the pretty in Pretty P. Okay? Y'all can get mad at me. You can hate me for that. This is my show, and I'm going to say what I'm feeling. No shade. No shade. Because here's what it is. To me, Pretty P always looks like she smells something stank. Or she's always like this. I feel like she always smelling something stank in the air. Maybe she just got resting bitch face. I don't know. Now the girls get to Cleveland, Ohio. They arrive to Cleveland, Ohio, and this house that they're in is way nicer than that haunted mansion that they were in. I just wish Zeus would find one city, rent out one dope ass house, and then trick it out pimp it out like the Bad Girls Club used to do. Those, you know how they used to get those houses and pimp them out? Pimp out a house. And then have the girls stay in one house instead of all this moving to city to city. Because, I mean, y'all can only tour the United States so many times. What we going to do? Baddies South Part 2, Baddies East Part 2. Like, we got to change it up, Zeus. After Baddies Midwest, what are we going to do? Baddies North, what are we going to do? This big-ass house that they're in, and there's rooms with 4 bunk beds. I'm like, y'all in this big ass house and they still got to share rooms? Like, they're never going to be able to find a house to house that many girls. If they would just cast 10 to 12 girls, it wouldn't be so hard. But instead, we got to have 50 to 11 girls every season. Now, the girls leave the house and they get on the bus to go to their next appearance. The bus ends up getting stuck in the mud, bitch. They got crew members outside the bus pushing it. 5 or 6 guys in front of this bus pushing a fucking tour bus. I'm like, chill, not put. Why does this always happen with them? If y'all noticed, every time, remember on Baddies South, the bus broke down. On Baddies East, the bus got up by Son of Girl's boyfriend. This season it's stuck in the motherfucking mud. Why didn't y'all, I'm like, I don't know. Why didn't y'all park the bus in the parking lot? In the driveway? Why didn't y'all park the bus in the driveway? But you gonna put it in the mud? Like, come on now. Why? And then on the inside of the bus, all their stuff is flying. Their snacks, their phones, shit's just flying everywhere. Now, the girls get to the club for their next appearance. And I'm weak as fuck because this whole Baddies tour has turned into the Natalie Minaj Rapstress tour, okay? Because every show that they go to, you gonna best believe Natalie gonna be up there. Fuck that broke. He fucking that broke, bitch. Choke, bitch, you keep my name in your throat, bitch. Hoes talking shit, but I know they scared probably. You know the rest. That's Natalie up there, baby. She living her rap girl dreams. I'm living, okay? Now, Natalie ends up bringing Big Lex onto the stage because Big Lex is from Cleveland. Is it Cincinnati? No, Cleveland. Big Lex is from Cleveland, so they bring her up on stage. They shout her out. Natalie brings Jaden Alexis on stage, and they gift her a baddie chain for her birthday. So that's the second baddie chain given out this episode. I know DTB was seething. Now Lemon Pepper, he presents Jaden with the chain, and yet again he's got his face blurred. Why do you blur your face, Lemon Pepper? You act like we don't know that's you. We know that light bulb shaped head from anywhere. We know that little bitty ant frame from anywhere. Them little skinny ass like we know that's you. And that's what gagged me. Like he'll show his face when he wants to. Like remember when they went to his birthday party on Baddies Caribbean? You know, we saw his face on what was that show they did, like Wildin' Out? Bad versus Wild. He showed his face every episode when he came out. But then you want to get on Baddies and you want to blur your face. Why? I thought there's more to that. Are you worried we're going to catch you in the background doing something you ain't supposed to be doing? Because you around the baddies? Like, what's going on? I don't know. He gets on my fucking nerves so bad. Now, the girls end up getting changed after the club, and they go to another venue. The girls are working, okay? They're working. And then at the next venue, Rolly, we see her performing. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. Unlike a lot of these, like Natalie, the song she's done, I like it. I thought it was good. I loved Krishan's song. I like Jaden Alexis' song. I loved Tasiki and Biggie's song, What We Doing. But Rolly, and y'all know how much I love me some Rolly. Rolly has consistently every single season put out music and performed and tried this whole rap thing. And I don't think she's a bad rapper. I just think her music's not good. Like, I feel like maybe she should get someone to write a song for her. I don't know. But every time Rolly, like every song she performs, nothing ever sticks for me. Do y'all know what I mean with that? Do y'all feel me with that? Like, her music don't stick. I don't know one Rolly song. Like, I know Jaden Alexis, I'm a bad little bitch and I'm snipped like a barb. I know with Krishan, it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I know Natalie, fuck that broke. He fucking that broke bitch. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I know, what's the word? What we doing? Look at the way that I'm moving. That's Tasiki and Big. I don't know a Rolly song. No shade. And I love you, Rolly. I love you. Now, next week, we're going to see Akbar has to clock in. Akbar finally has to clock in and fight when DTB presses her. And DTB says something about her flabby arms. I said, oh, shit. It's on. So we'll see those two going at it next week. Also, coming up next week, Natalie. We see Natalie texting Rolly and telling Rolly for her to gather the girls and meet her, Jaden, and Akbar somewhere. But don't bring Biggie. Is Biggie getting phased out? Is Biggie being iced out by the Ice Queen herself, Natalie Nunn? The Regina George herself, Natalie Nunn? We'll have to see, because y'all know that's going to fuck with Biggie big time. That's going to really fuck with her ego big time. It also looks like next week we're going to see Summer and Dolly jump Lord Farquaad, a.k.a. Emma. And we also see, Summer and Dolly tries to jump Lord Farquaad, because Lord Farquaad, a.k.a. Quagmire, a.k.a. Emma, tries to attack Summer at the kitchen table. And Dolly was not there for it. Dolly said, not my friend, bitch. Not today. Summer calls Emma out next week for being boring. Oh, look at the karma, Emma. Look at the karma. Because you came in hot trying to say Scotty was boring, and now you haven't been in the last 2 episodes. And next week, we're also going to see the return of Slim. Yes, Slim will be back from Baddies South. Not Slim Too Bad. We're talking about Slim, street walking looking Slim. From Baddies South, she will be back, which I think is strategic. I think Zeus wants Rolly to clock in because Rolly has been skating all season, really doing nothing. And yeah, so I think they're bringing Slim in to, have another storyline, have her fight Rolly. So we'll be exploring Rolly versus Slim. I really don't care for it. Do y'all care for Slim? I don't want to see her back. Slim seems desperate. Just really don't want to see her at all. Now, I do know that Slim ends up crying over Rolly. I'm missing their friendship. I miss, girl, bye. Like, bye. Anyway, how y'all feel about this week's episode, and how do you feel about the sneak peek for next week's episode? Wow, this after show was an hour. Usually they're 45 minutes, but we went over tonight. We had an after show for the after show, the after show. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this week's episode, and I would love to hear everything. All right. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. We're on the way to 7,000 subscribers. I want to hit 10K, so help me get there. Please click that subscribe button by clicking my name down there. Also, if you don't do anything else, like this video by pressing the thumbs up button down there as well. That helps me get into the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to donate to the channel, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate. All right. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to another after show and showing your support. I hope you're really enjoying yourselves, and I hope you're having a happy holiday. I will see you guys soon. Stay tuned for the Jocelyn's Cabaret Texas after show. That's coming. And I'll also be releasing a video on Jay-Z. Yes, Jay-Z is caught up in all the Diddy-ness. And you better believe we're going to talk about that. All right. I love you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.